Hello dear students, this is Lijo and today we are going to deal with the notice writing. A notice is written or a printed form of communication which contains a formal announcement or information regarding an important event that is about to take place. A notice is written in a formal and simple language. A notice is always brief and to the point. In the ICSE English language paper, notice writing carries 5 marks. And everyone can score these 5 marks very easily if you know the marks division and if you understand the way of writing notice. Let us see the marks division. First of all, a creative title. When we write the notice, we must to write a creative title, and for that creative title 1 marks is given. And the second one is event. We must clearly mention the event of the notice. Then for the event also 1 mark is provided. So we will be discussing or we will be explaining it very clearly when we practice notice. And the next one is the date. For the date, half mark is given. When we write the date, we must write a logical date and a present date. Don't write any past date or don't write any date like maybe 2030 or 2015 or something like that. We must write the date exactly correct date. For example, if it is a teacher's day, then we must write 5th September. If it is talking about Independence Day, then we must write August 15th. And the year also must be the same. Year in the sense not 1947, we must write 2020. And for example, if you're writing a notice today, then today it is the 30th April and the date for the notice can be 14th May 2020 or 10th May 2020 or something like that. That means when we write the date must be after 10 days or 15 days. Next one is the time. Time can be either in the morning or in the evening, maybe from 5 to 6 p.m. or something like that we will be discussing or looking at very clearly when we discuss the example. And the next one is the venue, the place where we are going to conduct this program or this program. Then when we write the place, we must very clearly mention the smaller location as well as the bigger location. And then the target audience. Who are the audience? To whom are we writing this notice? That also must be mentioned, and for that it is 1 mark. So with that, date half mark, time half mark, smaller location half mark, bigger location half mark, and then the audience, the participation also 1 mark. Total 5 marks. Let us discuss some example. The first one. You are the president of a children's club in your locality. You and your team are planning to organize a program to celebrate Teachers' Day. Write a notice to be put up in the local supermarket, giving details of the program to create an awareness of the event. So dear students, in this notice, in this question, it is very clear that it is something related to Teachers' Day. So the program, the date must be something related to 5th September. And also the title also must be related to Teachers' Day, and that should be a creative one. And here the example is given, thank you teacher. And dear students, I request you, when you write the title, you must write it in capital letters, all the letters in capital letters for the title, only for the title, not for any other part of the notice. Only for the title you must write it in capital letters. And here it is given, thank you teachers, and it should be your own creative title. The next program is, or next thing is, the event of the day, and from the question it is not clearly mentioned which program has to be organized or which program are they going to organize. And here it is mentioned, you and your team are planning to organize a program. A program means any program it can be. It can be a debate competition, it can be a cultural program, or anything it can be. So you can write like that. And here it is mentioned, a cultural program to celebrate Teachers' Day. and the date also is given on 5th September. And here in this notice, year is not mentioned, but when we write the notice we must write the year, and the year will be 2020. If you are writing the notice in 2020, then we must write it 2020. If it is in 2021, then we must write 2021. So depends on our present day, we must write the year. Then the time, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. That is also very clear, 2 hours program. It can be either in the morning or in the afternoon or in the evening. That we can write, because time is not mentioned in the question, so we can write any time. Next one is the venue, where the program is going to take place, and here it is mentioned at Community Center, South City Mall. Here we can see at Community Center and South City Mall. The smaller location, at Community Center is the smaller location, the South City Mall is the bigger location. So we have the smaller location as well as the bigger location, so we have both half marks. Then next one is the participation. To whom are we writing this notice, or who are the participants? All teachers who are residents of the South City complex are cordially invited. So it is very clear that the participants are all teachers. It can be any, depends on the question, we can think of the participants, and here we are writing all teachers. Suppose if you want to invite the students, then it can be like that. So here it is mentioned all teachers. Then this is the format of writing a notice. Let us see one more example. Your school is hosting an inter-school debate competition. So dear students, the event is very clearly mentioned in the question itself, an inter-school debate competition. Write a notice of your school informing them of the event. So from the question itself we get the event. So event must be placed right after the title, right after our creative title. After the creative writing, we must write the event, then leave a small space, then write the date, time, smaller location, bigger location, and for whom are we writing this notice. Finish. So here the event is clear, inter-school debate competition, that is mentioned the same as it is in the question paper. Now then we have to create a title, and here the example for the debate competition given, war of words. Dear students, if it is a dance competition, don't write war of words, because war of words is something related to competition or the speech or something, a speech competition or something like that. For the dance competition, it can be rock the floor or something, a creative, you can think of that. So the creative title, and here also it is not written all the letters in capital, but I request you to write it in all the letters in capital and with a double underlined. Then the event, then give a small space, thereafter you write the date, and here it is mentioned 8th December 2017. Dear students, this is a notice which I have taken from the internet, and it is an old one, that is why 2017. But when we write the notice must be with the present date. That means today it is 30th April, so it can be for 14th May 2020 on, and the format of writing date should be the same as we have studied for the formal letter. Then the next one is the time, from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. That is also very clear, the time also mentioned. And the next one is the location, at Century Hall, Hilda School. So here the smaller location is mentioned and the bigger location also is mentioned with a comma. So dear students, when you write the notice also, you must mention both smaller location and bigger location. For example, in our case, the school we have a for example, we are going to conduct a cricket competition. Don't write Century Hall at St. Anthony's School, because we cannot conduct the cricket competition in the hall inside. It will be in the ground. So then you can write at the playground in St. Anthony's School. At the playground in St. Anthony's School. Something like that you must mention. When you write the place also, we should use it logically. Next one is the invitation for the participation. All pupils from class 9 and 10 who wish to participate are to give their names to Mrs. T. Baker on or before 1st December 2017. So dear students, then we have to write for whom are we writing this notice. We must mention here all pupils, that means all students from class 9 to 10. Don't write this simply all those who are interested can participate. That is not a good way of writing a notice. We must clearly mention to whom are we writing this notice, and with that we finish. So dear students, when we write a notice, the things which we have to keep in our mind is this: first of all, one, creative writing, creative title, then the event, then date and time, smaller location, bigger location, then the target audience, that means to whom or to for who are invited for the to participate. These are the points which we have to keep in mind when we write the notice. For the homework, I will be giving the questions. Please kindly write it down. Please kindly write this mark division in your textbook, in your copy, and then thereafter write the questions which I give for the homework. Then you fill up that when you write the notice by yourself. Thank you. Have a nice day.